Hi, my name is Skyla Ramirez. Welcome to our meditation and mindfulness session today. Today, on our last day of February, still working with our theme of reflexology for the heart and breathing for the heart, we are going to layer into this a unique breathing technique called box breathing. This is a technique also very commonly used in the military. So, in its purest form, this breathing technique goes back to yoga. And of course, we like to take these traditional techniques and concepts and give them different names so that it's a little more digestible to our Western culture. So, this breathing technique involves an equal ratio inhale, a long pause to an equal ratio exhale, then another pause. We call it box breathing because the visualization that accompanies the count creates a square or a box. This is how the breath is done. If you can imagine that you have a crayon projected up onto a screen in front of you, and as you're inhaling for a count of four, and you're going to start at the bottom and draw a straight line up, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. You pause at the top of the breath for four counts and then draw a line across 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you exhale, draw a line down 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you pause again, drawing a line across 1, 2, 3, 4, closing and creating that box or that square. That's what gives us the name box breathing. So there's not only the equal ratio inhale to exhale, but there's always a pause after each cycle of the breath, after the inhale and after the exhale. So that pause is known as kumbhaka. Kumbhaka. It means to suspend the breath or to, in some way, suspend the life force. Now, I'll be coaching us through the breath today. The mindfulness part of this, not only counting the breath, but also noticing what comes to mind in that space. So you don't have to count the four count pauses if you don't want to. I'll be counting those pauses. Instead, you can integrate a mindfulness technique of just noting what comes to mind when we pause, what reveals itself in the mind space when we press that pause button in our body, in our minds, and with our breath. So, just like we've been studying, inhale in through the nose as much as possible. Exhale from your throat. Keep the lips touching. Unless you've been dealing with a lot of snoring, teeth grinding, jaw pain, headaches, neck ache, shoulders. If you have all that stuff, open your mouth, relax your jaw, and blow like you're blowing bubbles. Otherwise, if there are no symptoms present physically, then you're going to exhale with your lips together. And you're exhaling as if you're saying ha or ah. This is known as ujjayi breath. So we have several different techniques that we are going to be weaving together in our practice today. Let's get started. First of all, find any comfortable position. Lower your chin. Take the left hand inside of your right hand. Let's begin with our reflexology. Use the thumb of the right hand in your left palm to make some big clockwise circles. Closing the eyes and just taking a few deep breaths while we work with a little bit of reflexology on optimizing our heart health. Big inhale and exhale. Two more. Now switch hands, right hand inside the left, and they are counterclockwise circles this time. Eyes closed, head dropped. Big breath into the nose, down to the belly, up and down the sides of the ribs to the back of the lungs. When you're ready, exhale from your throat. At least one more big breath. Let the body round itself out. Belly, side ribs, under the armpits, middle back, upper back, filling the entire lungs with the breath. And then let it go. Let's let the hands rest down in our lap. Notice your body, any fidgeting, any movement that needs to come out. Let your body move whenever it wants to move. Maybe try turning both palms down, placing the hands on top of your thighs or knees. And with that comparative in place, does one feel more comfortable than the other? Sometimes it's the simplest flip in the hands, flipping up or down, that can create just a little more comfort in the body. Coming to a still place, let's just begin to count to 4 as we inhale and exhale. No gaps in the breath at this time. Exhale all the way. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping that rhythm. Inhale. Exhale, option to purse your lips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep that 4 count rhythm. Inhale, exhale. Seamless breathing for at least the next 5 to 7 breaths. And go ahead and recruit your own inner voice to establish your own comfortable rhythm. You may begin to count slower, still counting to 4, varying the rhythm, the speed of the count, so that we're able to meet the body where it is in each moment, with each fraction of a moment that passes with your breath, meeting the body where it is. Now let's begin to practice the box breathing, adding in that pause. So taking a moment to see through the mind's eye, straight ahead. Eyes can be closed or the eyes can be open if you're able to perhaps find a still place to rest your gaze, a place that is like a blank canvas. Seeing through the mind's eye, we start with the bottom left-hand corner of our square for box breathing. And as we inhale, counting to 4, drawing our line up. Pausing here, drawing a line across to the right. Exhale, purse the lips or keep the lips together. Pause again, closing up that box from right to left. Beginning this breath again, inhale, coming up with the in-breath. Pause, drawing a line across. Exhale, open mouth or pursed lips. Pause, closing up that box from right to left. Continue with this rhythmic process, inhaling, counting in your mind to a count of 4. Pause after that count, another count of 4. Notice any tension in the face, the eyes, the neck or shoulders, choosing to exhale with the mouth open or lips slightly pressed. Then close up your box breath. Let's practice this at least 3 to 5 more breaths. I'll count with you. Wherever you are in that breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue on with your 4 counts. Now take your time to close up your box. Absolutely no rush. Then let your breath return to any natural rhythm, and that rhythm may naturally adopt the pause after the inhale or after the exhale. Noticing if your body wants to pause longer or shorter, letting go of the count, and instead simply observing and making a decision to establish a breathing pattern based on what you're feeling in your body. So instead of shaping the breath, structuring it with a specific count, just allow your body, your felt sense, and your sensations to ultimately guide you into that authentic place with the breath. Inhaling, fully filling the lungs, noticing if the body wants to hold. It may or may not. Hold for as long as it feels right for you. The longer the hold, usually the greater the probability that we will tap into our relaxation response. These longer holds also carry the potential to strengthen our lungs, increasing lung capacity. When you're ready to exhale, either from the throat or purse the lips. And again, notice, does the body take pause? Does the breath find a still place when the lungs are empty? Suspending the breath, pressing pause here for as long as it feels right. Use the next quiet minute to continue to observe when to inhale, when to pause, when to exhale. Now become aware of any weight in your seat, in your hips. Rock a little bit left and right, and shift the trunk of your body forward and back. Let's feel for our center of gravity with the breath awareness. Let go of any pause, any counting. In fact, try not to think about your breath. Instead, just think about what you feel in your body. the shift left and right, the shift forward and back. And now find a center point where the body can be at ease. Let's wiggle our fingers and bring our hands up to our heart, pressing the thumbs to the center of the chest. The quickest way to recalibrate the nervous system is to work with the mind-body connection and coherence. Pressing the thumbs into the chest, press with your right thumb. Match the pressure with your left. Take in a big inhale. Let it go with a sigh. One more like this. When you're ready, bowing to close. Namaste. Keep breathing. And I hope you'll join me tomorrow, high noon, for our Yoga for Everybody, virtual and in person at our Municipal City Hall. Have a great day, everyone.